Back in 2004, during the original Boys of Summer road trip, we hit a few production problems in Minnesota. I was wiped out, but we made a special side trip to meet Gary and Marianne Mortensen. It was on this lake that I was finally able to breathe for a few moments. I let out some emotion about a note I got from my good friend, Trevor Hodgkins.
I got an email last night that just really, it really shook me up a little bit, but it reminded me when I was feeling kind of down and really tired. It was about 2 in the morning. And, I was like, God, I got to get up at 6 and we got to get to the game. Things aren't settled. And it was a friend of mine, Trevor, and he emailed me to say, hey, Bob, just want to tell you how happy I am for you that you're doing this trip. My dad passed about 3 weeks ago. And, it's really important and meaningful that you're doing this. Those reminders that, this is important not just for us, but for other people too, because they get, life force and energy and inspiration the same way we got all those things and the inspiration from what we've done, that we are passing along inspiration. And, that's very meaningful.
10 years later, I caught up with Trevor to hear his side of the story.
What did you write to me?
I remember that I was in Barstow, California, and I'd been following along on your blogs. I was very interested in what you were doing, and you were having a rough time, and I could tell by your blog entries. So I had lost my dad just a few weeks prior to that. So I just wrote, give you encouragement to say, really cherish the opportunity that you have right now, that you can spend this time with your dad, because I just recently lost mine, and I would give anything in the world to be able to do what you're doing right now, even with the hardships. So, yeah. But aside from that, I was so excited for you to be doing that. It's everybody's dream to do something like visit all the ballparks. It was certainly my dream. Not in one summer. I mean, I'd love to do it in one summer, but it seems pretty difficult, and I think you could testify to that. But yeah, just being able to spend time with someone like your dad. Your dad, he seems so great, It was really sweet because here you are on a boat. You finally caught a break. We're in a really nice place, and then you're remembering that I had sent you that message and talking about it. It was also very important to me because, I don't know, it was getting to hear somebody else talk about my dad after I lost him. It meant a lot, especially in the middle of your own adventure with your dad. And you made a point to bring up what I had been going through, and I miss my dad, of course, every day. We weren't baseball buddies. He would watch during the World Series and playoffs and everything like that, and he's actually why I like the Red Sox, because I'm an Astros fan, but in '86 the Mets beat my Astros to go to the World Series, and they were playing the Red Sox, so I just naturally rooted for the Red Sox to beat the Mets. And in that fantastic Game 6, as the Red Sox are about to win, my dad was sitting in his chair, he kept saying, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I said, why? No, they're going to win. They're going to do it. And he's like, no. And then he explained to me the jinx, which at that point wasn't even that huge a thing that people were talking about, but he was telling me about it before that was just common knowledge that, no, there is a jinx, and this is why. He said, trust me, they will lose. They will lose. And then when it happened, what? It was one of the great watching sports moments that I had with my dad. And so then in 2004, I lost my dad, and then the Red Sox finally won.